Walking on the stage at Warner Brothers was the most emotional thing. I just immediately burst into tears. And I mean, so many things had happened, so many years of being together. I mean, you name it, we'd gone through it. I don't feel like I have closure on it because I don't, we're not gonna do another reunion. Can you imagine? We'll be like,
yeah.
How old can you, when we're 80 and let's go back in.
How are you?
I'm good, and I will say we have someone in common. Mm-hmm. I don't think you've ever met him before, but the rest of our life, my partner, Johnny McDade, and Ed, and wrote.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's a great song, great songwriter.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good song.
I'll stay young for the rest of my life with you.
Wasn't he in Snow?
Oh yeah, he's in Snow Patrol, sorry, yes.
Snow Patrol, which I forget the song, but I used to play one of their songs before.
Set the Fire to the Third Bar.
Maybe that's it. I'm terrible with that. I should know this because...
Do you forget your lyrics on stage?
Sometimes, yes.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Gary actually has an iPad on stage, or That makes sense. How are you supposed to remember? You write all those songs.
It's a lot of songs. My husband has like hundreds of songs
in his head
that he has released. So for him, it's but he does fine remembering the lyrics. But sometimes I do forget lyrics to songs. Often, actually.
And what happens when you're on stage and you forget? Do you let the audience fill in, or do you just go?
I do this.
Do you really?
The microphone, like everyone sing along to the song. Yeah. I didn't realize he wrote that song as well.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love that song, and I love that video.
Thank you.
Nervous?
I'm fine.
I love you.
Why'd you say that?
Just want you to know it.
Now I'm nervous.
How did you and your husband, Tim McGraw, come about doing 1883, which I love so much, by the way?
Really?
It's so violent, and this comes from someone who does horror films, and for some reason that seemed just gory. That is, it's so intense. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it was intense. The whole process was intense. The training of it was intense, but it came to us. Taylor Sheridan, who wrote 1883, he had reached out to Tim and asked if we would be interested in doing a flashback on Yellowstone, kind of telling the story of the Dutton family and how it began and where they came from. And from that flashback came 1883. Several months after we had been on Yellowstone for the flashback, he called and said, would you be interested in doing an entire series?
But a
prequel, like a prequel, like telling the story of the Dutton family. We're like, sure, would love to read something for, I don't know how this works. Didn't want to say yes right away. You never know. You've been doing this, you have amazing work, and you would want to read something first,
of course,
right?
Yeah, or at least know what you're signing up for.
Exactly. So he said, okay, sent first 4 or 5 episodes, and after 2, we were just like, oh my God, this is freaking
so
insane.
Good, yeah.
And then they kept coming in, kind of, drippling in, and got to the end. It was like, holy crap.
Did you have to train to ride a horse like that? Were you afraid of horses, or that just came naturally?
No,
you were really good at that.
Oh, thank you. I do ride horses, not as well as Tim. Tim he has been riding since he was...
looked like he grew up on a horse.
Right, like a horse lives with him all the time. It's what it seemed like. He grew up on horses. He started riding before he could walk, essentially. For me, it was later. I had horses as an adult. I mean, I was not an avid rider, okay, but Bandit took off with me one day on the farm towards the barn, which is something, first of all, you should never allow your horse to do, run to the barn.
But did you have a choice?
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
He had never done that before. He took off running so fast. It was probably over a mile.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not exaggerating.
And you couldn't stop him?
Could not stop him.
Was it a noise? What made him do it?
I think it was just the barn, and I had him out for so long that he saw the barn, and at the time, I didn't realize that was a no-no. Like, you never let that happen. Anyway, he just started running, and I thought, this is fun. I've been wanting to run all day, but then it was like turbo, full, like, gone. and I couldn't stop him, and it freaked me out.
That's like me on a roller
Casually.
coaster.
I shouldn't have let it happen, meaning when he started to trot and then started to gallop and then run, I should never have allowed him to
You were
even
enjoying it at
trot.
first,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like they should walk to the stable or back to their home. I learned so much during the process of the cowboy camp, is what they call it, what Taylor called it, and thank God for it. Because
How long was the cowboy camp?
Tim and I were there for about 2 weeks.
Where was it?
It was in Texas, Taylor and Nick's farm in Texas, Weatherford, Texas.
Whoa, that was fun. Did you have fun, Mama?
Yeah, real hoot, son. I learned how to drive a wagon, which, by the way, is so hard. However, did you grow up driving a stick shift?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should know how to drive a stick shift.
Yeah.
Being from in the South, that's what I grew up driving, and so because of that, your feet are, I don't know, I loved driving the wagon, and I
Wait,
was
do you have to do
really
something
good.
with your feet in the
Nothing
wagon?
at all with
Oh,
your
oh.
feet, except the first week my toes were like clamping down on the wagon, like, oh. But then it's kind of a similar brain, I don't know, hand, eye, whatever, foot coordination thing. And I was really good at it. And I loved it, but there's crazy dangerous because anything could spook them so easily. But yeah, there were a lot of things, roping and that
Are
sort
there
of thing.
2 horses in the front? Now I'm confused.
There's two, there's
Two.
2, sometimes 4.
In the front?
Yes.
But you have the reins to
To
just
both-
one?
No, to both of them.
Is that one big bit that goes from Horton? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I don't know. I mean, how does that work?
Well, that's a good question, but it's each have their own bit. There's all kind of little
Like contraptions
ropes.
that
yeah.
tie them
It's-
together?
Yes, but then if something spooks one, then only one jumps up. Can you imagine that with the wagon? If they spin and the wagon flips and all kind of stuff could happen. Thank God that didn't happen, but
That's really scary.
yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, so I will say, I mean, you're incredible in it. Well, first of all, you're a performer and you're this incredible singer that is beloved, and you have to go out on stage and feel so comfortable. You're yourself, just you're being you with your heart right out there in all your songs. Is it weird to act? I mean, do you feel better? Do you feel not better, but you're behind a character? Like I can't be myself. I hate to present. I'm not even enjoying this. No, I'm kidding.
No, you are.
No, no, I am.
That's hilarious.
But I get really
No, you're-
nervous when I have to do
Yes,
things
to
in
be
front
yourself.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's the opposite. So how is that for you?
I actually love to perform 3 songs in, and I stand near my band most of the time, and I'm constantly having to be reminded, oh yeah, the audience is that way. I love performing, and it does come naturally to me 3 songs in. However, playing a character was amazing because I don't like talking about myself. I'm terrible in interviews. I don't like promoting stuff because I get, sorry, forgive us, but thank you for having us here. This is a lovely conversation, but it's hard, you know. It's not something that comes naturally to me. So having the opportunity to play a character other than myself was nice. It was rewarding, really rewarding, and to be able to do it with Tim was
That'd be
remarkable.
great,
And we've been
yeah.
married for 25 years.
Wow.
We've done everything together. This was the first thing we had never done together.
Never acted together.
Never acted together.
He's really good in it too.
He's so good. He's just, thank you, by the way. I'll tell, he'll love that you said that. I'll tell him. Margaret was my character. James was Tim's character. We brought that to the set. The first time we ever spoke the lines together was when the camera started rolling and they said action.
Wait, what do you mean? So you didn't,
We never practiced our lines together.
you didn't?
Never. He wanted to. Now, he would walk through the house and he would say something from an episode and wanting me to like pick it up and like follow right in behind him and like practice, you know, let's work together. I'm like, you're not going to trick me into this. Because we're together all the time. And that's the one thing that I thought, look, this has to be, if it's believable.
you don't want to have
I
it
don't-
rehearsed too much. You want to,
Exactly,
and you're
like-
so comfortable anyway. You're, that makes sense.
You know, this is one of my first things, so I just wanted it to be as natural. That was my process with my husband because, you know, someone so well. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
that was kind of a nice surprise. And,
That makes
it
sense.
was a lot of surprises.
How long did it take to do?
We started in August. We went back and finished a few things in January. And so I guess, yeah, do the math on that. It's
like 6 months? I'm terrible.
6 months, yeah. Terrible at math too. But anyway.
I heard that to be authentic, people had to grow their hair under their arms.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the one girl did. She's a gorgeous and great actor, but she went like this.
I had to
That's
as well.
different.
Yeah, honey, let me tell you something. Can I, honey, I can call you honey. 'Cause
Of
you're
course, I'm from Alabama.
Mississippi
You-
girl.
yeah.
We can talk about this all day long. Where's the sweet tea? No, that was really difficult. And Taylor actually called my husband. We were at a wedding, our nephew's wedding, and he said, "Who's going to be the one to tell your wife that she has to stop shaving under her arms?" And I'm thinking, that's what? We're at a wedding. Can this wait? He goes, "No, stop tonight." And I'm like, seriously, can't they just like tape something on? Surely they have that.
I mean, did some of the guys wear beards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, but it began a few months before we started filming, and
Like
that
I've
was so-
lasered, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
I don't laser, but I wish I may now, so I never have to do that again because I just
I can't even imagine. It is
was
so
really it
Yeah.
really grossed me out, I have to say. And all due respect to those who love that and all freedom, yeah, woo. But
Oh,
for
that's
me
right. I'm
personally,
sorry.
it's-
Yeah, I'm not judging it. I've just never
not
done
at
that.
all.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I just don't
I mean,
like
I
it.
want to do it. I just
Yeah,
can't
I
right now.
wish I.
Why did I? Yeah. How do people know what people sounded like in 1883? I guess were there any recordings? I don't know.
I'm sure. I'm
There
sure there
were.
were. We actually did not work with a dialect coach, but some of the actors did. Taylor wanted us to just be ourselves, and so
It was great. Oh man, the
yeah.
way,
Sometimes, yeah.
It was just shot so beautifully as well. It's so. I mean, it was violent, but in a realistic way. I mean, there was that one scene when the girl.
Are you talking in episode 2? My sister Claire, who
How did you know I was going to say that?
I don't know.
Okay, there's other girls.
We are so. This is.
But you're
this is
absolutely
awesome.
right. It was so beautiful, and it was shot from behind that you just saw. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It was just. It was.
I
really-
can't even.
And the leg. I don't know if I'm supposed to say. There's something really crazy, and the way they showed the violence or whether there was a scalping or arrows or, it was so realistic, and yet it was shocking.
Yeah, it was shocking to see, even though we knew it was going to happen. And you're talking about the leg that was shaved off. Are we allowed to say things?
She's gonna die.
How fucking dare you? I will not lose a child. Lose a child.
Smallpox was going rampant around there. I looked up later. I wanted to know how you get smallpox, and you get it from. Well, you probably know, but you get it from face-to-face contact.
Yeah, or any like the same air. You can't breathe the same air face-to-face contact, but not like kissing or.
You don't get it from that.
I mean, I'm sure you do. Yeah,
yeah,
but
why would it?
but
That's- of course.
yeah, but I think it.
You can kiss, but you can't breathe on each other.
Just don't share saliva and that stuff. I really think if you're in the vicinity of someone who had smallpox, yeah, because it was kind of like, wow, if you had smallpox, you were gone,
Yeah.
shot and killed, or either just kicked out into the woods or whatever, in a river, whatever was closest. It was brutal. Taylor's, it was important for him for it to be as authentic as possible, meaning the struggle, the discomfort, and it was uncomfortable. I am not going to lie. It was the hardest thing that Tim and I have ever done.
I bet.
And Tim, who works out religiously and who is an athlete, and for him to say that is kind of remarkable. But wearing the corsets, my God.
Yeah, it's funny. Why back in those days, you looked gorgeous, by the way. But it's true. Your outfits were so fantastic.
were.
Why who's making all those? It's unbelievable how they put women in these tight-
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And why? I mean, why? I just like.
I can't believe people just didn't wear sacks. And why not just be comfortable? It's so hot, and how,
know, right?
How far from? Because it looked like you were a million miles away. Like at the end of the day, it's a wrap. How long did it take you to get back to civilization?
When we were in Texas, we weren't that far from where we were staying.
You weren't?
Yeah.
Because it
yeah.
felt like you were in the middle of nowhere.
We were in the middle of nowhere. We were.
And was that all real?
Oh, yeah.
The scenery in the back?
Oh yeah. And when we were shooting in Montana, it was so beautiful. Like I told Marla, my assistant, I said we would drive home every day to the place that we're staying, and it's like I wish my eyes had like a camera that could just like photograph everything that we're seeing, because there's so much beauty.
So
it just couldn't capture it off of a phone or a camera. It was remarkable. And the cinematography was just outrageous.
It really was.
Is that for your virgin boyfriend, or is today the big Diane Sawyer costume contest?
I don't get that old person reference, but yes, this is for Ryan.
Surprisingly respectful.
Yeah, I'm trying to break him, but his Lord and Savior continues to cock-block me.
How was it coming back to television after 2015, since Cougar Town?
After Cougar Town, I did that for 6 years. I think it had been 6 years, and I'm not, yeah, been about 6 years before what did I do for those 6 years? I must have done something.
I know.
I don't know. I don't think I was doing acting thing. I don't know what I was doing.
Isn't it funny?
I got to really think that through, because I did do one pilot.
Wait, directing. First
Oh, yes.
of all, my gosh, can I just say how great
Was
you
I
are?
directing before that? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, was that before? I don't know the time.
Well, I did a couple of things. I did 2 movies. I did a lot of Cougar Towns, but I'm trying to think about the 6-year gap. But I will say I was excited to come back and do something, but I had to be really cautious because I had done one pilot. And I always thought, oh, I guess I'm lucky. I'm not one of those actors that does pilot after pilot and then finally gets a series. I never did that. So I did one, and I was like, oh, I don't really like it if it doesn't get picked up. That's not fun. So I was really careful, and I read Shining Vale, and I thought, this is the best character I've ever played.
Wow.
It was the richest, the most layered. I love Sharon Horgan. She's completely my sense of humor and style, writing, and the whole thing. And Jeff Astroff, who wrote everything, he wrote on Friends. And so I knew how funny he was, but I didn't know how incredible. And it was everything. I combined the fear, the horror, or
Your comedic timing, I have to say, in this show is insane. How you were floating in and out of those emotions. There's so many things and places that I can speak about, but when you and Greg, you're in counseling, and just the jumping on one another, answering the questions, or there's just so many things that happen in that couch or on in those chairs with that doctor.
He's incredible. He's so dry and so fun and funny, and I love working with Greg because it's nice to spar with him. I think our timing and chemistry really work well together.
Really, really well. But your comedic timing, and it's just like, it's hard, in my opinion, like it's that dry sense of humor that is just, it's got to be so quick. If you don't come after it quick, you've lost it. You know what I mean?
Bitch! What's up?
Nothing. I'm just admiring your toddler trapped under a Toyota-like strength and our newly gouged floors.
I know you don't want to hear this, but we have a ghost.
Something, too, that made me laugh so hard, I have to say, when you're moving furniture, because I am all about moving things around all the time in my house, like my furniture and stuff. When you're moving that big...
That's my favorite thing to do.
It is? Well, you could tell. You moved it really well, that big hutch. I don't know what episode it was.
I had to block the door.
Yes, before you found which I want to find one of those in my house. I want to go knock down a wall somewhere and go, there's a tiki bar. Yeah. It's just so good. And yeah, so I laughed out loud watching you move that piece of furniture. I know you're an amazing actor, and that's a silly thing to say, but as a woman that loves to move furniture, I thought, she's done that before. Where was that filmed, by the way?
We did the pilot in Pasadena, and then they recreated the house at Warner Brothers in 3 different sound stages. One is a sound stage number 5 where I started Friends, and that's where the attic is.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's just our
my
production team, the designers, everybody. It was perfect, like from the wallpaper tears.
Oh, I remember everything. Yeah. I love the set was incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Isn't it the work? Let's talk about the crew and the team behind the shows for just a second.
Yeah.
Actually should be an entire episode for them, but wow. Like, do you ever get frightened when you're filming these shows? Like, does something ever scare you? Because I literally yelled a couple times many times watching the show. Like, and I kind of knew what may pop out or something was going to happen. But Do you, knowing what the script is and knowing what is coming, were you ever surprised? Did anything ever surprise you?
Well, I am a real scaredy cat, and everything kind of scares me. So yes,
And you
when I
do
would
scream.
see Mira in the window, it was the way she was lit was creepy, and she's an
Very.
incredible actor. But one of the things is it's very easy to jump out and scare me, and the house was really. Something was going on even on the soundstage. I would never want to walk down a hallway. I certainly saw two little girls with,
Wow.
you know, or not, yeah, just
Yeah,
very.
yeah.
So Greg would sometimes scare me just on the set, and then they would put that in and then I could recreate it because I'm a pretty quick
So
screamer.
you're easy, yeah.
I'm a
easily
quick
scared.
study for scaring. Yeah,
That is hilarious, especially since the movies that you've done.
yeah. Oh, I don't watch them.
What?
No, I don't. I can't watch a scream. I just go like this.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way. I don't care if I know what blood, what's happening, who it was behind the mask.
It doesn't matter. Now, Scream's scary though. That's kind of yeah. I'm a scaredy cat. I can't go to I have to ask you this. What was it like filming the Friends reunion? I mean, did it bring closure to you? Is there such a thing? Is that even why? Should there be closure, or I don't know. How did you feel?
It was
coming back
incredible.
together?
I loved, you know, I'm really close with everyone, but we don't all see each other, and that we had not all gotten in the same room. And so many, like only one time were we all six together since the actual show. But walking
you
onto,
serious?
yeah, isn't that
Wow.
crazy? But the girls see each other a lot, and I've seen, you know, we've seen each other separately. But yeah, walking on the stage at Warner Brothers was the most emotional thing. I just immediately burst into tears, and I mean,
I'm
so
actually
many
extra-
things had happened. So many years of being together. I mean, you name it, we'd gone through it. And I don't feel like I have closure on it because I don't. We're
What?
not going to do another reunion. Can you imagine? We'll be like,
Yeah.
how old can you? When we're 80 and let's go back in.
Do you want to have
I don't
closure,
remember
though?
this place.
Yeah.
What stage?
Yeah, wait. I thought it was downtown or something. Yeah.
But so I don't feel closure, but I just feel like I just feel that was the luckiest. I can't believe that I got that part and was able to make those friends and be a part of something that's still going on.
It just doesn't happen anymore, what you guys did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That type of show and the time that it ran and that it's still going. And our youngest daughter, Audrey, is obsessed and watches it all the time. Obviously, I did too. That's just remarkable that you had not seen one another except for
Yeah.
the girls. It's crazy when you live in the same town, and or maybe you live in different
Well, yeah,
places. But
some people
live in different places. There's so many more questions.
I can't believe we have two Southern girls right here, and I just met you today, and I wish we had known each other longer. So now, you've been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It
You're
feels
so
like
nice.
we've known one another for a long time, and we could go on for the rest of the day, but